Be honest with me for a second. How many times have you met the new you? The one who shows up every couple of months, usually on a Sunday night, full of plans. I've met mine more times than I'd like to admit. And it always starts the same way. New playlist, new alarm, set for 5. A notebook with a title on the first page and nothing else in it. Day 1. And day 1 feels incredible. Everything is possible, nothing has gone wrong yet, and the person you're about to become is so close you can almost shake their hand. One thing never makes it onto the poster. Day 1 comes with an expiry date. For most people, this brand new life has about 9 days on the clock. Not 90, 9. That number has a name and a fix. Because some arcs do survive. And the people running them are not stronger than you. They built the thing differently. You've seen the word by now. Everyone is locking in. Everyone is starting their arc. Somewhere around the autumn of 2024, the internet decided self-improvement needed a story word. A creator called the last 90 days of the year a winter arc. 500,000 videos followed, and the word escaped the season. Now there are summer arcs, exam arcs, and the word deserved to escape. Because an arc is the one thing a montage never was. In every story you've loved, the character doesn't change in a scene. They change across chapters, slowly, with setbacks that belong in the plot. A psychologist named Dan McAdams has spent his career on exactly this. Your identity isn't a list of traits, it's the story you tell yourself about yourself. And people who tell that story as a redemption arc, bad chapters turned into fuel, tend to score higher on well-being. Measured, published, repeated. So no, the word is not cringe. The word is weirdly precise. So why do arcs die? Watch the shape of one. Day 1, you're riding a wave. That's real chemistry. Novelty, dopamine, a new identity in the mirror. Day 5, the playlist is a little quieter. Day 7, you negotiate with the alarm. Day 9, the wave is gone, and the person who made all those promises is not the person who has to keep them. This is so predictable it has a date. Strava, the fitness app, went through 800 million logged activities and watched the drop concentrate on the second Friday of January. They named it Quitter's Day. Around 80% of resolutions never reach the finish line, and the dying starts in week 2. Not because everyone is weak, because the plan was balanced on top of the wave, and the wave was always going to do the only thing waves do. Now the harder question. The wave dropped you. What does your plan do next? The most famous challenge on the internet has an answer, and the answer is brutal. 75 days, 2 workouts, one of them outside. A diet with 0 deviations. A gallon of water, which is a part-time job for your kidneys. 10 pages of reading, a progress photo. Miss any single item once, and the rules send you back to day 1. Day 74? Day 1. That is not a difficulty setting, that is permadeath, and psychology has watched what permadeath rules do to real humans for decades. It even has a name, the what the hell effect. Dieters who break a rule once don't correct course. They collapse. One cookie becomes the box, because the streak was the point, and the streak is dead, so what the hell? An all-or-nothing plan doesn't build discipline. It makes one bad Tuesday fatal. So let's rebuild the arc properly. For this part, you want your strategist. The friend with the notebook and the annoying questions.
Okay, 7 goals. Which one?
That's the first fix, and it hurts. An arc has one main quest. The gym, the reading, waking up early, meditation, savings, a language, less sugar. That is not an arc. That's 7 side quests and no story. You pick the single change that drags the others behind it, and everything else on the list gets demoted to optional. Keeping all 7 feels like ambition. It's actually how all 7 die. Fix number 2. Stop negotiating with your 5 a.m. self. That person hates you, and they vote accordingly. The research name is Implementation Intentions from a psychologist called Peter Gollwitzer. You decide the when, the where, and the what in advance, like binding keys before the match. When the alarm rings, the shoes are already at the door. At 9 p.m., the phone sleeps in the kitchen. If it rains, the indoor version. Across nearly 100 studies, deciding in advance is what reliably turned intending into doing. Motivation picks the goal, the calendar runs the behavior. 2 more lines on the plan. A minimum day, the 10-minute version counts, and it keeps the chapter alive on the bad days. And a save point. Sunday, 5 minutes. What worked? What changes? That's the whole system. It fits on 1 page. Which leaves the big question. How long until this stops taking effort? You've probably heard 21 days. That number traces back to a plastic surgeon in 1960, and he wasn't even talking about habits. When somebody finally measured it properly, a researcher named Philippa Lally followed 96 people building 1 new daily habit each. The real answer came out to a median of 66 days. Some people locked it in at 18. One needed 254. And buried in that same paper is the most important sentence of this entire video. Missing a single day made no measurable difference to the curve. Sit with that. The thing Permadeath rules punish hardest, the missed day, is the exact thing the data says doesn't matter. A missed day is a checkpoint reload. It was never game over. The only fatal move is the what the hell. Suddenly 90 days makes sense. It's the first format long enough to cover the real curve, with room to be human. 1 more mechanic, and it kills the last excuse. Researchers at Wharton noticed an odd pattern in the data. Gym visits, goal commitments, even Google searches for the word diet, all of it spikes after the same kind of moment. A new week, a new month, a birthday, a semester. They called it the fresh start effect. Landmarks on the calendar let your brain file the old chapters away and open a clean page, and behavior actually follows. Which means the calendar was never 1 respawn point a year, it's full of them. There's one every Monday. 90 days from this Monday is a real date. Nothing special about it, which is exactly the point. So what do you actually own on day 90? Not the streak. Streaks reset. Not even the goal. Goals get reached and then just sit there. What you own is a character update. Around day 66, the behavior stopped billing willpower. Somewhere after that, it stopped being something you do and became someone you are. The chapter where you weren't this person ended, and you wrote the ending yourself. That's what the arc was the whole time. Keep this picture instead of all the rules. Motivation is a wave. It rises, it breaks, it comes back, it breaks again. You were never supposed to build your house on it. A system is a mountain. It does not care what kind of day the wave is having. Surf the wave when it shows up. Live on the mountain when it doesn't. Back to that notebook from day 1. Same notebook, 90 pages later. The title page didn't change. Everything behind it did. One main quest. The if-thens on the calendar. Checkpoints, never permadeath. A minimum day for the low waves. 5 quiet minutes every Sunday. Day 1 still gets the playlist and the brand new alarm. That part is free, enjoy it. But this time, when day 9 shows up and the wave rolls out, you'll know exactly what's happening. And you'll still be there on day 10. That's the whole trick. The arc was never the 90 days. The arc is who's holding the notebook when they're over. One last thing before you go. You don't have to become somebody else. That was never the point. The arc is just you, giving yourself 90 honest days. Some will be great, a few will be a mess. Mine usually are. So So take it slow, be kind to yourself on the low days, and build the mountain.